For anyone in network engineering, the CCIE certification is basically the Mount Everest of their career. But to get it, you have to pass this notoriously brutal 8-hour lab exam. So what actually makes this exam so incredibly difficult?
Well, it's not just a test. It's an 8-hour gauntlet. You start with a 3-hour design module. Think of it like being given a complex technical story, and you have to design the entire network architecture based on it. After that, you're thrown into a 5-hour hands-on deployment session where you have to actually build, configure, and troubleshoot what you just designed.
Wow, so it's theory first, then a frantic scramble to build it.
Exactly. And the scoring is what trips people up. Sure, 60% of it is still classic routing and switching, the bread and butter. But the other 40% is now modern stuff, 25% on software-defined solutions and 15% on network automation or net DevOps. If you're just a command line guru from 5 years ago, you are going to fail. It's like a digital triathlon. You can't be weak in any single event.
So it's not just about what you know, but how you apply it across different domains under extreme pressure. Okay, but beyond the structure, why is this specific exam considered one of the hardest in the entire IT world?
The difficulty is just legendary. I mean, you're not just dealing with incredibly complex network topologies. The real killer is the requirement for over 90% accuracy in all your configurations. On top of that, you're fighting the clock for 8 straight hours in a test environment that probably feels completely different from what you practice on at home.
90% accuracy. That's almost no room for error.
None. In a normal job, making a few mistakes and fixing them later is just another Tuesday. In the CCIE lab, that means you're going home empty-handed. It's about being fast and flawless. Here's the real aha moment for a lot of people. Cisco isn't just testing if you can type commands. They're testing if you understand the intent times of the design so deeply that you can build and troubleshoot a massive software-defined network almost intuitively. It's a huge shift from being a simple configurer to becoming a true systems orchestrator.
That makes sense. It's a mountain to climb, and it sounds like trying to do it alone is a massive risk. So, how are people actually tilting the scales in their favor to pass on the first try?
This is where specialized training platforms like Spoto come in. They give you what you desperately need: access to both virtual and physical lab racks. So you're not just reading theory, you're practicing on the actual type of hardware and software you'll face in the lab, especially for that really tricky SDN programming.
Got it. So it's like a flight simulator for the exam?
That's the perfect analogy. It's a total game changer. Most people fail because they don't have, $20,000 worth of cutting-edge network equipment in their basement. Using a cloud-based rack is like having a digital twin of the exam room. Plus, they pair you with one-on-one tutors who guide you through the specific stages and point out the common mistakes people make.
Right, it removes that huge hardware hurdle and lets you focus on the actual logic and speed. It really sounds like it's about turning that 8-hour nightmare into a predictable, manageable process.
Exactly. So, if we were to boil it all down, there are a few key things to remember. First, it's an 8-hour exam split into 2 parts: a 3-hour design scenario and a 5-hour hands-on deployment. Second, you have to hit that 90% accuracy bar with almost no room for error. Third, 40% of the exam is now modern skills, software-defined networking and automation. And finally, simulating the test environment with professional lab racks isn't a luxury. It's absolutely essential to pass.